If you're an energy enthusiast, or just someone who's curious about how the world will keep the lights on in the coming decades, you need to hear about America's bold new nuclear play. This isn't just another incremental step in energy policy. This could be a game changer, and it's happening right now, faster than anyone expected. The US government has just selected 11 cutting-edge projects to fast-track the development and testing of small nuclear reactors. And let's be clear, this isn't your grandpa's nuclear power with massive cooling towers and sprawling facilities. This is a new era, where innovation, speed, and adaptability are the name of the game. Instead of the traditional, monolithic nuclear plants that dominate skylines and require years, sometimes decades to build, these new reactors are small, modular, and designed for the future. Imagine a world where nuclear power isn't just for big cities or industrial giants, but can be deployed almost anywhere, quickly and efficiently. Picture this, reactors so compact you could fit them inside a gymnasium rather than needing the space of a football stadium. These aren't just scaled-down versions of old reactors, they're reimagined from the ground up, using advanced materials, new safety features, and digital controls that make them smarter and safer than ever before. So why the sudden rush to reinvent nuclear power? The answer lies in the rapidly changing landscape of energy demand. With artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and data centers multiplying at breakneck speed, our appetite for electricity is exploding. These data centers, the backbone of our digital lives, are energy-hungry beasts, and traditional power sources are struggling to keep up. The old-school, slow-to-build nuclear reactors just can't match the pace of today's digital revolution. We need power that's not only clean and reliable, but also flexible and fast to deploy. That's where these new reactors come in. Enter small modular reactors, SMRs for short. These are the rock stars of the next generation of nuclear energy. Unlike their massive predecessors, SMRs are designed to be built in factories, shipped by truck or rail, and assembled on site in a matter of months, not years. Each SMR is like a building block. Need more power? Just add another module. This modular approach means communities, industries, and even remote locations can get exactly the amount of energy they need, when they need it, without waiting a decade for a giant plant to come online. These reactors are game changers for places that have always been off the grid or dependent on expensive, polluting diesel generators. Imagine a remote town in Alaska, a mining operation in the desert, or even a military base far from home, all powered by a compact, safe, and reliable nuclear reactor. And yes, they could even keep your favorite apps and social media platforms running 24/7, no matter how much energy they need. But it's not just about powering remote areas. SMRs could be the key to decarbonizing our entire grid, providing steady, carbon-free electricity to balance out the ups and downs of wind and solar power. They're flexible enough to ramp up or down as needed, making them the perfect partner for renewables. Recognizing the potential, the U.S. Department of Energy has just given the green light to 11 ambitious projects, each with its own unique approach to small reactor technology. This is a major shift in how America is thinking about nuclear power, moving from slow, cautious development to a fast-paced, innovation-driven race. These projects aren't just about building reactors, they're about reimagining what nuclear energy can be. Some are focusing on ultra-safe designs that can't melt down, others on reactors that can use spent fuel or even produce hydrogen for clean transportation. The diversity of ideas is staggering, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Companies like Oklo, Allo Atomics, and Antares Nuclear are leading the charge. These aren't the giant utilities of the past, they're nimble startups and innovative teams, racing to design, build, and even clean up their own test reactors. For the first time, the responsibility for safety, construction, and decommissioning is all in the hands of the same team. No more passing the buck or blaming someone else if things go wrong. These companies are betting that their new designs will not only be safer and cheaper but also easier to build and operate. They're using advanced simulations, digital twins, and even artificial intelligence to optimize every aspect of their reactors, from fuel loading to maintenance schedules. But here's where things get really interesting, and a little controversial. These projects are being allowed to skip the traditional, often years-long Nuclear Regulatory Commission approval process. The idea is to speed up innovation, cut red tape, and get these reactors built and tested as quickly as possible. Supporters say this is exactly what's needed to keep America competitive in the global energy race. But critics worry that moving too fast could mean missing important safety checks or overlooking potential risks. The debate is fierce, and it's only just beginning. On one side, you have people raising serious questions about safety. They point to past nuclear accidents and ask, Are we moving too fast? Are we putting communities at risk? They want to see rigorous testing, transparent oversight, and clear plans for dealing with waste and emergencies. These concerns aren't just theoretical. Nuclear energy has a complicated history, and public trust is hard-won and easily lost. For these new reactors to succeed, their developers will need to prove beyond a doubt that they are as safe as promised. On the other side, you have passionate supporters who say, "Let's get moving." They argue that the risks of doing nothing, of sticking with fossil fuels or letting other countries take the lead, are far greater than the risks of innovation. They see small reactors as the best hope for a clean, reliable, and affordable energy future. For these advocates, every day spent debating is a day lost in the fight against climate change and energy insecurity. They want to see America lead the world in nuclear innovation, not fall behind. And the global stakes are real. China and Russia already have mini reactors online, powering remote communities, military bases, and even icebreakers. They're exporting their technology around the world, building partnerships, and setting the standards for the next generation of nuclear power. For the US, this isn't just about energy, it's about leadership, security, and influence. If America can't catch up, it risks losing out on a trillion-dollar industry and the chance to shape the future of clean energy. So will these 11 projects deliver on their promise? Will they lead to a cleaner, brighter future with affordable, reliable, and safe nuclear power for all? Or will they run into the same old problems? Delays, cost overruns, and public opposition? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The race is on, and the world is watching. The next few years will be critical. If these projects succeed, they could transform not just America's energy landscape, but the entire world's approach to clean power. If they stumble, it could set back nuclear innovation for a generation. So, if you want to stay on top of the biggest energy story of the decade, make sure to subscribe for more updates. We'll be following these projects every step of the way, bringing you the latest breakthroughs, debates, and drama as America races to build the future of nuclear power. Let's see where this nuclear race goes.